Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who's back?
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God, I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hardest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Pop it, spitting hot shit. I'm topic, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it.
Alright guys, so before we get into this episode, I just want to take this opportunity to sort of reach out to you guys and just ask for a bit of help, you know, just a like, subscribe, share the videos, hit the little bell icon so you can keep up to date with it. It greatly helps me out a bit. We've been falling on tough times lately. That's why some of these episodes sort of come and go real quick. So yeah, invite your friends or show them. Like the channel, subscribe to it. The subscriptions help me out a lot. And hit the little bell icon. So yeah, like, subscribe, and share, and I would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, back onto this episode. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so it's been a little while. Kind of jumped ahead and nearly got this thing finished. Bit of a Morris update, so let's go have a look. First things first, I put a little video of this thing driving up my driveway last weekend, and it's caused a bit of a commotion about some things on the car. So I'll do my best and try and explain what's going on. The biggest thing was the tyres are sticking out. It's not legal. You're not going to be able to get a roadworthy. You're going to get defected. Alright, listen here. It's not a road car. It's not registered. It's a drag car. Shit happens. Like, it is what it is. And I've done this for two reasons. One, firstly, I was trying to go for the old school look with the wheels sticking out, because in the 60s and 70s, like, that's how they were. Mini tubbing and stuff wasn't really a thing back then, and besides, a narrow diff and mini tubbing is not really in my budget, so this is how we're rocking it. But since the last little video on Facebook, I have taken the slicks off and put some drag radials on it. Now, I've done this for two reasons as well. The slicks are over here, because these are like bias ply, whatever. They're kind of porous and just leak all the time. They're always flat. I got sick of pumping them up. And also, in the rule book, because I've got like street tyre radial front runners on the front, if you've got bias ply slicks on the back, the fastest you can go is 12.5, because it gets unstable after that. So, kind of hopeful that with this in here, it might go quicker than 12.5. Now, the second most commented thing was the turning circle. You didn't have much of a turning circle, because in here, there's like a lip here. I need to trim this back a little bit, and then you've got all this room in here that the tyre will go into. It will turn a lot more because it's got a Gemini front end and steering rack in it, which has got more lock to go. It just kind of rubs on here a little bit, so yeah. The steering's not an issue. Yeah, another one that got a lot of comments. Not bad though, like the tail lights. They look like Volkswagen Beetle tail lights, which to be honest, I think they might be, but also, this is a 52 model Morris, I think, but the latest 70s ones had very similar tail lights, so I don't really know if they're later Morris or they're Volkswagen, but they were already on it when I got it, and I don't see any reason in changing them. They're just on there. They don't really need to do anything on a drag car. Now, I also got some comments about my driving, which I only just got the car running. All I did was like drive it up the driveway and reverse it. And a lot of people saying, oh, you drive like a girl. I was waiting for the burnout. Where's the action? This is boring. Well, what do you want me to do, man? You have a fucking power skid out the front or something? Like, Jesus. I'm just going to sit here and talk because it's pretty weird talking to yourself outside, but I talk to myself by myself in the truck all day, so it shouldn't be really bad or anything different really. But anyway, one of the other things was I've ruined a good car, but I think those comments came from a lot of the older pommy guys that love their Morrises all standard and stuff, and I've just hacked it up and modified it. But I didn't really destroy a good car because this car wasn't good when I got it. I paid $900 for it. It's kind of like a rolling shell rusted out of a paddock that I saved from the scrapper really, so it's got a new lease on life, so I'm just going to shake some more rust out of it now. And then also a lot of the comments was like, oh, what's in it, what driveline it's got, so we'll go over that. But a little bit of a history. I first built this thing a little while ago, took it to the first event, and we originally put a Holden 202 6-cylinder in it with VK EFI and an eBay turbo, but it was kind of limited by the factory VK computer because you can't really tune it or nothing like that, so we kind of just like ghetto tuned it. Didn't really work out. Misfired, running rich, blew the gearbox. It was going to cost like $4,500, maybe $5,000 to upgrade everything, which it had the potential, but I just decided to rip all that out and sell it and put an old school V8 in it for probably less money, so here we are. So it's a 350 Chev, bought off Marketplace as an unknown, turned out to be a pretty good engine. Edelbrock manifold, Holly. I've just rebuilt that, put a kit through it. It did have a points distributor, that was a pain in the ass, so put a new electronic distributor in it. I did have chrome Edelbrock valve covers, but I didn't like them, so I just got these alloy ones, which I like better. Aeroflow 100 amp alternator, big 3-core alloy radiator. Now, the way the front end is, you can't really like, put headers or anything in here, so it's got factory Rams horn manifolds, which supposed to be like the highest flowing factory cast one, so that should be alright. All the exhaust is a 90-degree bend welded on with a V-bend, and the exhaust goes straight out there. The engine is solid mounted, which is going to be fun. I'm going to bend or crack something. Thermo fan here, transcooler down there. Now, it's got a Holden Gemini front end in it, which I chose because of the track width, which is pretty bang on. Can't complain about that. And also because it's got upper and lower control arms, coil springs, rack and pinion, and disc brakes, which with Geminis you can get a Commodore VT upgrade kit, so that's what I've done. So I've got the bigger disc brakes, got 5 studs, I can put front runners on it. We'll come under here and I'll show you the front end, how we've done it. So you can see it here. It's actually got V8 Tirana springs in it to take the weight, because the V8 Tirana springs fit a Gemini. That's funny. Okay, so you got all that. Gemini cross member under there. What we did was like channeled out the Gemini cross member, put it up onto the Morris rails and welded it all in. Plus we've bolted it with a cross tube and everything, so yeah, it should be alright. It lasted the last couple of runs. Then on the top, I've got like 50 by 50 RHS welded to the top of the Gemini upper thing here. Welded to the triple layered bit of the Morris here. This is not a Gemini shock though. The Gemini shocks were too long and the top's just got a pin and a nut. These are hot rod shocks, and we've made up the brackets and stuff here and boxed all this in. I'll just open the boot up. Let me just, oh, this is awkward, hang on. Let me click this on. Okay. Fuel tank, battery, isolation switch, pretty simple stuff. Just plated all this in where the factory tank was down there. Put a bar across here for some shocks, which these are Holden Astra rear shocks, I believe. The rear firewall. It's just a drag car, people. It's not going on the road, so all the comments about it's not roadworthy, it's not legal, blah blah blah. It's a drag car, man. It's never going on the road. When it was EFI, I did have a big 044 fuel pump, so we've swapped it out for an Aeroflow carby pump. No return line anymore, so that's just capped off. Yeah. Under here, don't mind the oil leaks. It's from my son's Subaru. Hilux diff, cramp rods, standard Morris springs, homemade adjustable shackles. Okay, now we'll go under the car. Okay, I don't know what you can see, but yeah, there we go. Tail shaft loop. Even though it's a Chev, it's actually got a trimatic gearbox in it. I've made a mount that comes off the center brace of the Morris. Yeah, Aeroflow shifter, a couple of cheap seats, cheap harnesses, got the mad firewall there. Now I've put a trimatic in it for a couple of reasons. Turbo 350 would have been better, but they're just not available on Marketplace or nothing like that. I didn't want to wait forever. Didn't want to pay $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a built one because it's just not going to happen. The trimatic I got is actually had a kit put through it, shift kit, billet servo, all that kind of stuff. So it might be alright for a mildish engine. So we'll see how that goes. And it's just got an adapter kit to the Chev. And the original converter that came with the gearbox, I noticed, let's have a look here. The bolt holes are flogged out, so I said, why not take the opportunity? And I bought a new B&M 3000 store to go in it, so that should be fun. Now the mod's got this massive big tunnel that I made because I'm not a sheet metal guy, so there's no rolled patterns with swaging and all that kind of crap. It's just steel from Bunnings, boxed. Welded that all in. We haven't got a neutral safety switch because it's part of the rules. You can see the line there where it was a 6-cylinder because the VK EFI manifold stuck out this side. That's where I've widened it for the V8. The column now goes through that bit where it used to be on the side. That bit's new, longer than the other one. Now the steering's on a better angle and it's a better driving position, so that's alright. All we've got here is the ignition, fuel pump, thermo fan, and start. There's not much wiring in this car at all. There's like 3 relays and 3 fuses, and that's it. One of the other comments I got was, oh, great idea, execution not so much. But, mate, I know that. My wheels aren't great, the car's not great, that's just rough and ready. It was never meant to be anything special. Okay, it's not a show car. It's not meant to win anything. It's just a backyard hack job to have some fun. Oh, it's also got plastic windows to save a little bit of weight. The front guards are hacked out for the wheels. The back guards are hacked out for the back wheels. The bonnet's hacked out for the air filter. I mean, she's rough, mate. I know. It's how it's meant to be. It's what I wanted.
And I suppose it only had one owner. A little old lady who only drove it on Sundays.
Well, actually, she's an ex-rental. A mate of mine thrashed the ring out of her for a fair bit. Brought her in here, see if I could find some bunny to fit into it.
That's remarkably frank of you.
Cyril.
Oh, and it's hardly got any wiring in it. I mean, like, the headlights don't work. There's no blinkers. This is a parking light that don't work. There's no wiring for it, but you don't need any of that crap. All that's in the rules, right? If it makes it to the finals by any chance and you're racing at night, you have to have one tail light working, and that's it. And what I've done here is, let me just turn this on. Oh, we'll just turn this on. Oh, I'll have a tail light. That's all the rules need, eh? And my goal in this thing is just to run 12-second quarters, which I was hoping the Turbo 202 would do it. It had the potential, but anyway, it should do it with this in there. Like, but I chose 12s because, like, it's nothing special. You don't need all the bullshit safety equipment and tech and all that kind of crap. And 12s are kind of respectable and achievable with my budget, so it should be pretty fun. Might have the potential to go quicker, but 12s I'll be happy with. That's pretty bad. I mean, pretty good. I mean, today's standards it's not that good, but to me it's alright. And for future upgrades, I've kind of bought a tunnel ram, so stay tuned for that. I suppose all we can do now for you guys, let's fire it up.